Hello, and thank you very much for coming to the Arkansas Weather Blog. We are your ticket to big weather events, and this is one we have been talking about for a long, long time now. Is this big rainmaker heading our way, especially for Monday night and into Tuesday? And I'll explain that just a little bit. For those of you who maybe are on social media, especially Twitter, or read the National Weather Service forecast discussions, there are things that we call analogs. And what we do is we look at the atmospheric conditions and try to compare them to something similar in the past to give us some guidance into the future. And the National Weather Service here in North Little Rock has analoged this to the late October tornado and flooding, especially the flooding threat from, I believe it was 2009. But I remember that very well. And it's different in ways, and it's similar in ways. And it's similar in the heavy rain aspect. The severe aspect of that, I remember that very well because we knew it was the computer models on that at the end of October. I remember that it was a low CAPE, meaning low instability and high shear environment. And when you have a lot of shear, you can have rotating thunderstorms. That's what it looked like on the data. But when you got to the day of the event, the CAPE, the instability shot up, and it shot up in southern Arkansas, I think up to 3,000 joules per kilogram. Again, this was late October in 2009. And if I'm not mistaken, I'm thinking that was when Camden, the Fire Training Academy, was hit. Not positive about that. But anyway, you analog these you analog these events, and they're never the same. You can't say, oh, well, that happened in 2009, so that's exactly what's going to happen here. No, the systems are similar, and I think it's similar in the fact that there's going to be heavy rainfall. Is there a severe threat? Well, this system is occluding, which helps kind of choke off the instability. And the other thing is the timing of this. Whereas the '09 system, I remember coming in late in the day, this is coming in a little bit sooner, and I'm thinking we may get more cloud cover rain out ahead of it, which would limit instability. Regardless, there is still that severe weather threat. And what you're looking at here, courtesy weatherbell.com, you see that right there, weatherbell.com. Great website, subscription based. But anyway, this is late tomorrow, late Monday. I'm recording this Sunday evening. But late on Monday, and what you're looking at is this parameter from the Global Forecasting System, CAPE, Convective Available Potential Energy. This is the fuel which gets the thunderstorms going. It's the instability. And you see there's the area of low pressure out there towards Goodland, Kansas, and it's deepening. There's a frontal boundary, and there's the instability, and there's probably going to be some pretty big thunderstorms out here and some severe weather. I haven't looked at the SPC outlook, but I think it's under an enhanced area. I haven't looked at it recently. But anyway, I want you to watch what happens as this shifts towards the east Monday night into Tuesday morning. Notice that this system occludes and the instability gets choked off here, and it's highest across southwestern Arkansas. This is Tuesday morning at 6 a.m. So you already see the more stable air coming into eastern Oklahoma. You have some unstable air here in Arkansas, and these CAPE values are going up close to 1,000. It's going to have to be watched. Don't get me wrong. I still think flooding is the biggest concern, but it does not appear at this time, at least the way it appears this Sunday night, things could always change, that we're going to have ample amounts of heating out in front of this, and it's going to come in late in the day. Because look what happens. This is by this is by noon, and you can already see the more stable air pushing into central Arkansas by noon on Tuesday. So there's that. Let me see if I can pull up precipitation here. Mean sea level pressure and precipitation. Let me go back over here. So this is showing you how much precipitation over the previous 6 hours. So from 6 a.m. Tuesday to noon on Tuesday, this is the area of heavy rain and thunderstorms. And then you look at well, that's blank. That piece of data didn't come in. Well, that's bad. That's a crucial piece of data too. But anyway, from 6 p.m. to midnight, you can see how that has shifted towards the Oklahoma border, or the Mississippi and Tennessee border. Let me see if I can get this back up. This is the previous model piece of model data. This is the 18Z run, so we'll just, the 12Z run. So this is from, we're going it back into Tuesday, from noon until 6 p.m., and then you see here where that line is located in that area of thunderstorms leading edge, of which could be severe. but mainly heavy rainfall. So that's that area. Let's see if I can get total precipitation, total precip on here. And this is, again, you're looking at the GFS, the American model, zoomed into Arkansas. Let's go to Wednesday morning. This has been overdoing it, I think, a little bit. I think the European has a little better handle on it. But I think the highest amounts will be found in northeastern Arkansas. This computer model is saying 5 or 6 inches, which I guess is not completely out of the question, but it's saying 3.7 to 4.3 in central Arkansas, around 2.5 in southern Arkansas. These might be overdone just a touch. The European is coming in with maybe a half an inch less. I mean, it's tit for tat. It's not really that big of a difference. We're going to have significant rainfall. What about the timing of all this? This is the 4-kilometer NAM. When you wake up in the morning on Monday, there's going to be showers. Let me get to the 12. This is simulated radar. Again, this is never absolutely right. But this is 6 a.m. on Monday morning. In southeastern Arkansas, notice how you're pretty much dry at this time. I think there'll be showers across portions of central, especially western and northern Arkansas. There'll be waves of rainfall coming in. There'll be pieces of energy flying through. This is Monday at noon. You see scattered showers. All this is mainly light. The things really start moving. This is late in the day. At 6 p.m., southeastern Arkansas now getting in on the rain. There's pockets of heavier rain. It really picks up tomorrow night. Let's go to 36 hours out. This is at midnight on Tuesday morning. And let's just go out here to 6. This is what I really wanted to get to. This is at 6 a.m. on Tuesday. And there's that line. You see the rain out ahead of it. Anything out ahead of it, you'll have to watch as well. But within this line, there will be some very gusty winds. Ahead of it, there's going to be a lot of wind. I think just ahead of it, there's going to be south winds up to 30 miles an hour with maybe some higher gusts. But this whole line here will have very strong winds, torrential rainfall with it as it crosses the state. And the timing of this, again, anything out in front of it, you're going to have to watch. This is never perfect, but that line could be broken here. This is at 1. I'm sorry, I keep saying 1. I got to get back on standard time. This is at noon, and you see at noon it's moving through central Arkansas, and then I think by the afternoon, by about 3 o'clock, 4 or 5 o'clock, things really start to taper off, and the severe threat goes into eastern Arkansas. And the back edge of this, I think, is coming through the metro at about 6 p.m. at the latest, 6 p.m. on Tuesday, and then we're back to some drier air. So just to reiterate here, there are similarities to that event, and there are some other things that are a little bit different, as is always the case. No two weather situations are exactly alike. But the flooding threat is there. The heavy rain, flash flood watches are in effect, and the severe threat is there too. And I am concerned about the severe threat, but not overly at this point due to the factors that I have pointed out here. But I'll be watching it, so let's hope for the best here and get through this, and then get to some cooler air. Thanksgiving. I'll be talking more and more about Thanksgiving week, and some cooler air coming in below average temperatures look to be a good bet. Y'all have a great rest of your evening, and thank you very much for coming to the Arkansas Weather Blog. We are your ticket to big weather events.